Hello, everybody. Welcome to another ranking video. Today, we are going to be ranking all 96 tracks in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, plus the extra 8 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, what's it called? Battle mode tracks. Stick to the very end for my review on the battle course pass, or the battle course pass, on the battle mode tracks, because that will be the last thing I look at. So it does seem like we will be going in order of newest to oldest. Just by the way, I'm looking at this entire thing, but who cares? Let's go on through it. I'll be showing small clips here and there of each and every single one of the tracks, and we'll go on through it. I don't have much time. I do have to leave sometime around like 8:30. Because I'm gonna go watch the Mario movie today, so I thought it would be a blast to rank this. Next ranking, I am definitely doing all the worlds, or maybe just like every freaking track from the Mario Kart series. Mario Kart is my game. Mario Kart is my childhood. Other people grew up on Halo, Call of Duty, had like Xboxes and PlayStations and shit. And let me remind you that I didn't start playing video games until very relatively recently. You know, my family, for the majority of my life, had a Nintendo 64 as our main console, and then later upgraded to the Nintendo Wii when that came out. And then we had a Nintendo Switch. So we've been a Nintendo family since the dawn of time. So that's just my biggie on this. I will be ranking all of the Mario Kart games in the future. Can't wait to do that either. But yeah, you know, just I grew up around Mario games, so I definitely want to do more Mario Kart rankings in the future. This is more of a passion project that I wanted to do, you know? Very, very, very great thing. All right. So what you are currently seeing on screen is is one of the Mario Kart 8 world records. I'm pretty sure it's already been broken. But this is what we'll be using while I talk a little bit about each and every single map. So first up, we've got Paris Promenade, part of the Mario Kart 8 DLC expansion. Now, honestly, I know a lot of people weren't really too happy when they started to find out that all the maps and tracks of the DLC were going to be ported from Mario Kart Tour. Me personally, I fucking hate Mario Kart Tour. Just kidding. I love Mario Kart Tour. I've sunk maybe $30 in it. I don't really spend money on video games. That's a lie. I haven't really spent money on Mario Kart Tour like I have on other video games. But, you know, it is what it is. Point being, Paris Promenade. Now, I've never left the United States of America. The furthest I've been is down south to Mexico, over to the right, into Arizona, Nevada. I've also been to Washington and Oregon, and most of California. But obviously, that's just because I live on the West Coast. So, I can't really say much about how accurate this is. But for this being a Mario Kart track and stuff, you know, you kind of expect it to be kind of detailed, especially with what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has already delivered. So, seeing all of this is insane. It's cool. It's awesome, you know? Like, it's so detailed. There are people everywhere, people eating, the Toads, the Shy Guys, the Yoshis. I just think it's very, very detailed and very, very well done. So, here is how the tiers will go. We've got the greatest maps ever to exist. These are maps that transcend Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. These are maps that have to be brought back in the next game as a retro course. course. These are maps that generations will speak of. Like, every game has its maps. Mario Kart Wii, almost all of its maps are talked about. And freaking Nintendo 64, you got Shroom Ridge, which unfortunately, or not Shroom Ridge, Toad's Turnpike, which unfortunately is tarnished in this game. But point being, every game has its most memorable, right? And I think that that's what Greatest Maps ever is. Must play maps. You know, you hop onto the game. These aren't the maps that you like think are gonna come to the next game, but these are maps that when you hop on and you go into online and you see this map in the map rotation, you pick it. You gotta play it. It's one of the funnest maps. It's fun in any game mode, 200cc, 150cc, and you just gotta play it, you know? It's fun. Will play, you know, if it comes up in the map rotation, it might not be my first pick, it might not be my second pick, but I don't really mind playing it at all. If I don't have a must-play map and a will-play map is picked, I'm not too mad. I enjoy this map. It's not my favorite, but, you know, it's still there. Then we move on to the prefer not to play. You know, there are better options. I prefer not to play it. It's whatever. So, you know, I'm not too mad. And then you got the won't play. These are maps that just don't hit. 200cc, 150cc, I don't know what you're doing. What the fuck? And then finally, hot garbage. These are maps that under no circumstances I will play. I will actively disconnect from an online session just to avoid playing it. So, Paris Promenade. I think it goes in will play. You got your glider ramp, you got your speed boosts, big piranha plants. It's got that tour lap count thing where on the third lap it changes somehow, makes it go in reverse this time. It kind of confuses you, which is why I'm be like, it's not must play maps, but I'm not too mad when I play Paris Promenade. It has a nice, wonderful filter over it. The music is not too bad, and yeah, I enjoy playing. It's a fine map, you know. But yeah, for now we'll put it in the will play. All right, and I'm going to do a little bit of a better job on this tier list. I'm going to start organizing this by where it belongs within each of its things, so that way from right to left you can see bottom to top. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next, we move on to Toad Circuit. Toad Circuit is a part of the first wave of the DLC. Seeing this really brought the hopes down of a lot of people of what the DLC was going to bring. You see, like, a lack in quality, like the grass. Come on, guys, this looks like a circuit track. Granted, it is a circuit track, it's Toad Circuit, but at the same time, what the fuck, right? Like, we are here trying to convince people to buy your online to play it, like the online premium, to like the online to have access to some of these, and you're trying to convince people to actually buy the booster course pass. This doesn't do it. The lack of detail in the grass compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the lack in detail to everything mostly. Is it a faithful recreation to Toad Circuit? Yes, it is. But it's Toad fucking Circuit. Like, there are so many better options to choose from within Mario Kart 7 that I feel like should have been brought back, but they brought back Toad Circuit of all options, and it makes me sad. It doesn't make me sad, it's just like, why would you bother picking this over something that would have definitely been a better choice. I put Toad Circuit in won't play. It is a short map. It is over very, very, very fast. It does almost nothing. It's a freaking, drift farmer. That's pretty much it. But I think Toad Circuit doesn't really have anything redeemable about it that warrants it to be over anything won't play. It's not that I prefer not to play. It's legitimately that I won't play it. Not to the point where I'm hopping off of online, but to the point where I'm going to be annoyed that out of all the maps in the map rotation, You chose Toad Circuit. Okay, whatever. Next up, Choco Mountain. Choco Mountain. We are in fact starting with Wave 1 of, the Booster Course Pass. Choco Mountain was a part of it. And everybody was like, oh shit, Choco Mountain. It's crazy. It has come back in the past. And in Tour, it was pretty good. And then we get it in Mario Kart 8. And then it has like that Tour-esque graphics that I tried mentioning on Toad Circuit. That was like, why is this here? Why does it look like this? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. In my opinion, is it a good remake? Yeah. Yeah, it's a great remake. And I'm a little bit biased because the N64 Mario Kart 64 is my favorite Mario Kart. Spoiler alert for the Mario Kart ranking video. But Nintendo 64 is my favorite Mario Kart, but at the same time, Choco Mountain, it was an infuriating track because you fell off of one end, you landed on the other end, and now all of a sudden you're in last place. There's that. But now we've got Choco Mountain for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is just ported over from Tour. It's a shorter map, I feel like. I feel like it was much longer to drive in. On Mario Kart 64, but that's because the speed there was a lot slower than it is nowadays. Your 150 cc's and your 200 cc's. Playing this map on 200 cc's is chaotic as fuck. I've been hit by more boulders on 200 cc than I can freaking count. The bats are annoying. But for whatever reason, I feel like it does it justice, and it's good. It's good. Is it one of the better ones? No. But I do feel like it is one of the better options out of this Booster Course Pass. Or at least from Wave 1. I feel like it goes on the Will Play. Below Paris Promenade, though. Paris Promenade has more detail than Choco Mountain, but Choco Mountain is a Will Play. I will pick this from time to time. Next up, the very, very, very much desired Coconut Mall. Heads up real quick, and thank you to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Records for having all of these on his account. I am recording all of these recordings from his account. It's all his. Anyways, Coconut Mall, baby! Coconut Mall. It's fine. It's fine. The escalators, instead of like the stairs or whatever that it used to have, it's fine. Sometimes in Wii, I used to get confused, and I get it. A lot of people don't get confused anymore, but that's whatever. And now that it has like these weird tennis court ramps instead of like the metal ones, granted, neither of them really had like purpose. But it also removed like the boosters from the parking lot, the cars moving from front and back. Now they kind of like drift in a circle. You can still go through the shops and stuff. There's still water fountains in the mall. But for whatever reason, I feel like it's bland. I feel like it's empty. I feel like Coconut Mall on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is empty. I feel like there was so much going on in Mario Kart Wii's Coconut Mall over this one, and I feel like there had to have been a better way to get it done. It's cool how they have the little 8-bit stuff on the walls when you're drifting, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like there was just more being done in Mario Kart Wii than what I'm seeing here, But that's just me. That's what I feel. And this is my ranking. It is Coconut Mall, has a banger soundtrack, getting absolutely carried by its soundtrack. But where does it go in the ranking? This will be the first prefer not to play. Unfortunate, because I love Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii is amazing. It's an amazing game. I loved it. fucked with it. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I will prefer not to play it. Thank you very much. Next, Tokyo Blur. Like I said, I haven't been outside of the United States of America really, but Tokyo Blur. What is Tokyo Blur to me? Tokyo Blur is a road. It is a freeway with little to no correlation to Tokyo. Right? There is nothing in Tokyo Blur that reminds me of Tokyo. Other than the very blatant sign that says, "Welcome to Tokyo," nothing about this map tells me it's Tokyo. Show me Paris Promenade, I'm gonna be like, that's Paris. Show me Tokyo Blur, what the fuck is going on here? Tokyo Blur sucks. Tokyo Blur sucks. It is a road leading into another road, leading into another road with swamps for some reason. I feel like if you lived in Tokyo, you'd like this map a little bit better. But for me, what the fuck about this says Tokyo? For that, it is going in the absolute hot garbage tier. Unfortunately. Next, Shroom Ridge. Shroom Ridge. It's a great recreation. It is a great recreation. It's brighter. It's still got the cars. The little dash. The place you went through in the grass now has a little glider ramp. It's got the little surfboard cars now. It's got I don't think it has the little shortcut with the pipe anymore that blows air from I believe Mario Kart 7. But or I forget what Mario Kart it has in it, but I clearly remember it having that. Point being, this is a very, very faithful recreation of Shroom Ridge, I feel like. Oh yeah, there it is. Along with a little bit of improvements from Mario Kart 8. And Tour. Is there anything I feel like it's missing? No. Other than the item boxes that are moving along the road, you know? Because the item boxes used to follow cars and come alongside the road like as if they were their own cars. But beyond that, I feel like this is a very honest recreation. But in terms of how fun it is to rank or how fun it is to drive, I think this has got to be a will play above Choco Mountain. This is not a bad track at all. I feel like it's pretty decent, actually. Obviously, you've taken out the moving item boxes, but who cares? Who cares? Who cares, right? Who cares? So, it's a very faithful recreation. I don't mind playing it at all. So, I think will play is a very accurate description of what Shroom Ridge is. Next, Sky Garden. Game Boy Advanced. Mario Kart. Sky Garden. What in the actual fuck is this? Okay, it's not a bad map. It is not a bad map at all. But this is not even close to a faithful recreation of GBA Sky Garden. This is a completely brand new map of Sky Garden. It's not even remotely close to what it looked like on the GBA. Does that mean it's a bad course, though? No, the fuck it is not. This is a great course, actually. This is a great course. It's got the bouncing mushroom, clouds you can drive over, little leaf bridges, little leaf shortcut. It is a short and nice course. This is a very honest and short and sweet course. Play it on 200cc and you're done in a minute. Play it on 150cc, you're done in a minute and a half. Point being, this is a very simple and easy course for anyone playing Mario Kart to get into of all skill levels. There are parts where you can definitely master and parts where it just doesn't matter how good or bad you are. You just drive. I feel like this is fine. I don't mind playing this. But then again, I feel like if you're picking Sky Garden over some other map, why are you doing it? This is a map that, depending on my mood of the day, moves from prefer not to play to will play. So I think it deserves to be at the top of prefer not to play. And finally, for the end of Wave 1, next up is Ninja Hideaway. Ninja Hideaway and Paris Promenade are the best courses to come from Wave 1, with this one being the best one. Granted, the first time I played this map, I was very, very, very confused on where to go, how to maneuver it, and all that jazz. But then it kept coming up in the online, and since it's a new course, of course anybody that sees any of the new DLC packs coming in, they're gonna want to play that map immediately, because we've already had like 5 years to play with this game. Of course we're gonna want to pick the new maps. There are so many different ways to go through in this little like dojo that it's insane. You know, you got your secret little piranha plant area you can go through. The bamboo shoots shoot air and stuff. You can go high or low. The little water canals, the rooftops, the air everywhere, doing tricks, the cherry blossom trees. It is fucking cool. If you showed me this map and told me it was from the original Mario Kart 8 Deluxe list of maps, I would believe you. It is so detailed, it is impressive, that you would not even think that it had that Mario Tour-esque, style variant that of like being bland. No, this is a colorful map. And the freaking soundtrack is impressive. It is a great map. This is an amazing, amazing map. And I believe we have found our first must-play map, Ninja Hideaway. And now we move on to Wave 2 of the Booster Course Pass, with the first one being New York Minute. As I have stated before, I have not left California or gone to the east side of the United States of America. However, you show me this freaking map, and I say, that's New York. You've got Central Park, and then you've got, like, Times Square with all the screens and the skyscrapers and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this is New York. Double-decker buses and shit. The tours and stuff. Yeah, this is great. This is the city course for this wave, and I feel like this is a good map. Right? The map changes every lap. So there's something new to do every lap. I feel like this is a great map. A great map. It does everything accurately. The cars change positions and shit. And the way that it switches from lap to lap, it does kind of confuse you the first time you play it. But after a couple times of playing it, you shouldn't be confused anymore, And with it ending with you going through like a little like theater and through a parking garage. Come on. That is a great ending. And that, I believe, warrants New York Minute into being a will play above Choco Mountain. Actually, no. Just above Shroom Ridge. Next, SNES Mario Circuit 3. What is there to say, right? What is there actually left to say about Mario Kart SNES? SNES Mario Kart. What is there left to say about this game that hasn't already been said by a million other people? The answer is nothing. Is it a good recreation? Yeah. The details in the background to like the blocks and the piranha plants and all that jazz, like it being little Easter eggs and stuff. Okay. But why in a DLC pass are we including a circuit track from SNES? What happened? What's going on, right? I feel like they ran out of ideas. And honestly, I really have nothing to say about this map. I don't care for it. I really don't. This is going to go in a won't play above Toad Circuit. I feel like this is above Toad Circuit in terms of how good it is. That's how bad that's how much I dislike Toad Circuit. Let's move on. Next up, Nintendo 64, Calamari Desert. They massacred my boy. Calamari Desert, the train course. The map where you had to forcibly wait for the train. You literally had to pause at the train and watch as the CPU came and crashed into the train and blew up. Because that's how it was in Nintendo 64. And now they have this. Literally almost impossible for you to hit the fucking train on any lap other than the last one. Because the last one you actually have to drive down the train tracks. And then they have this tour ramp, right? They add the tour ramp so that you can get onto the train tracks. We don't need the tour ramp. Why is the tour ramp there? Like the tour arrows to divert the way the laps work? That works. Why the fuck is there an unnecessary tour ramp that guides you up, right? You have one run-in with the train, and it's only on that second lap, and that second lap is the best one. Calamari Desert was one of the best maps on Nintendo 64, and they massacred it. They fucking massacred it. And for that, it goes in hot garbage above Tokyo Blur. It saddens me to see that Nintendo 64 Calamari Desert was massacred as bad as it was. Who the fuck was in charge of making this map in particular so fucking dog shit? No, I was so happy to see, oh yeah, Calamari Desert, let's fucking go. And then after we figured out from wave 1 that all of the maps were coming from over there, I went on to tour again. I went on to tour, and I went to go play, and try to see if Calamari Desert was in the rotation, and when I checked, it was! And I went to go play Calamari Desert, and I was like, this fucking sucks! Please don't be like this. And guess what? It's like it! It fucking, oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. It's unfortunate that I hate it, but I hate it. Let's move on. DS Waluigi Pinball. Waluigi Pinball from the Nintendo DS. I used to know life the fuck out of Nintendo DS. Unlocking Rob, unlocking all of the carts, unlocking everything. 3-starring all of the missions and shit. Waluigi Pinball was, I hated it on the DS because I couldn't figure out how to drift for the longest time, and there was a spin in the track that I couldn't get through fast enough to beat the CPU, and I would always constantly get hit by the pinballs. I don't do that anymore. But is this an accurate, like a faithful recreation? Yeah, it is. It is insane how accurate this is. It's so bright, so lively. Everything about it is just great. The soundtrack and everything. Waluigi's head, the slot machine. It is wonderful. This is a great recreation, and what every recreation could ever hope to be in future Mario Karts. This is perfection. This is perfection. Once more, this is perfection. And because of how perfect it is, it deserves the number one spot. Well, not the number one spot, but one of the highest spots in greatest maps ever. I hope it is recreated again with a new spin sometime in the future. Also, I won't be ranking Mario Kart World because I refuse to buy the Switch 2. It is not high enough of a quality difference for me to want to buy it from Switch 1, and Mario Kart World fucking sucks. The game sucks. I still play Mario Kart 8 and have no problem finding a lobby. I will only buy the next game and the next console when I struggle to find lobbies. But until then, Mario Kart World sucks. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, next from Tour, Sydney Sprint. Sydney Sprint is one of those maps where you're just like, did this need to get made? And then it gets made, and then you're like, oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. This is a great map. This is a good map, I don't know much about Australia, but I do know that the Opera House is in Sydney. So, I think it's in Sydney. But point being that this reminds me more of Australia than fucking Tokyo Blur reminds me of Tokyo, right? You've got it's so lively. There's Toads, there's Yoshis, there's Shy Guys everywhere. There is one downside to this map because this map is big. It's huge. It changes every lap. There is one downside to this map. And it's the PNG cutouts in the Opera House. Why the fuck, when you have 3D people, you have 3D models of Yoshi, Toads, and Shy Guys, why the fuck do you have a bunch of PNG cutouts in the Opera House? Is it because we're going so fast through the Opera House that you didn't think that we were even going to notice or that we wouldn't care, right? Because that can't be the reason why. Because then you just wouldn't have characters on the sidelines in general. But if you go through the Opera House, they are 2D and are moving at like 12 frames per second. But that doesn't dock it points because this is a very fun track to race on. And I think this is a must-play map just below Ninja Hideaway. It's a great map. I always pick it when I see it on online. And the next is GBA Snowland. GBA Snowland. It is almost nothing like how it was on the GBA. That is a very, very good thing because GBA Snowland fucking sucks. GBA Snowland on the Game Boy Advance sucked. It was a terrible map, one of the worst maps. You hated racing on it, but you needed to go through it to 100% the game. It was the only reason you played it. But this recreation of it is great. You have the explosive snowmen, back. You've got sliding penguins. You've got ice you can fall into, and jumps, and it's just it is a great recreation. I feel like this is an upgrade. This isn't just like a remake. This is an upgrade from what GBA Snowland was. Now, is it fun to play? Yeah, it is fine. It's fine. There are better maps, though. While it is a beautiful map and it's a great recreation, I do feel like there are better maps to want to race on. So for that, I pick GBA Snowland to go into the will play above Choco. Next is Wii Mushroom Gorge. The Wii maps. Mushroom Gorge was announced, and I was worried it was going to get the same treatment that Coconut Mall got. But you know what we got in this remake? We got beauty. We got absolute beauty and perfection of a recreation. You've got the bouncing mushrooms. The cave looks insanely great. The jump cut is still there that you can do on 150cc without a mushroom. All the cuts are still there and still wonderful. It looks lively. There are toads everywhere, paratroopas, and I think there's just regular Koopas there too. But it looks great. This is a wonderful recreation of a map. Plus the little glider mushroom. Come on, you've got the glider mushroom. This is a great map. This is a great map. And this is not joining the greatest maps ever. This is joining must-play maps above Ninja Hideaway. This is better than Ninja Hideaway. This is in the must-play maps. You've got to play Mushroom Gorge every time it comes around in that map pool. You gotta pick it, you gotta play it, and enjoy it. But yeah, that is a must-play map all day around. Next, Sky High Sunday, an original for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sky High Sunday! We all saw this and we were like, what the fuck is this? This isn't in Tour. And yeah, because it was a completely original map. Sure, the rails are weird and how they can give you that little boost if you fucking bump into them. But come on, Sky High Sunday, having a bunch of different ice creams just floating in the middle of the sky for no fucking reason. Scoops of ice cream, sundaes. You've got bars, fudge bars, Neapolitan, wafers. You've got like the little waiting area where they're actually eating the ice cream. You could go through a little ice cream hole. For whatever reason, there's a helipad on one of the fucking ice creams. I don't fucking know. I don't know. All the little ice cream shops and carts that you drive by. And the little trays where all the big ice creams are at. And there are so many places you could go through on the lap, on like the latter half of the lap. Like there's a bunch of different ways. Point being, this is a good map. This is a good map. Is it fun to play this map? Oh, fuck no. I hate playing this map. It is a good map. It is a good map. I will let you know that it is a good map. It's a great creation of a new map. I feel like it encapsulates Mario Kart 8. But do I feel like it's fun to play in 200 and 150cc? No. I feel like this is not a fun map to play on. That's my opinion. I don't like playing this map. I don't like picking this map. It's too bright for my eyes. But do I think it's a good map? Yes, but I'm not rating it on how good it is. I'm rating it on how fun these maps are to play. And for that, I'm gonna have to put Sky High Sunday, the last of Wave 2, in won't play above Mario Circuit 3. I prefer not to play these. Or actually, I just said I would prefer not to play it. Fuck it. Sky High Sunday, above Sky Garden and Coconut. Prefer not to play these. But I'm not exactly too pissed when I see it be picked. There are better options. And that is the end of Wave 2. We move on to Wave 3. Starting with London Loop from Mario Kart Tour. British? Yeah, Britain. Great Britain. London. England. I don't know what else to say. I don't know much about London, but I do know that if you showed me this map, all I need to see is the red phone booth and the double-decker buses, and boom, we're in fucking London, or in some part of Europe. Right. The chain shop is there for some reason. You know, you've got the Great Bridge. You got the London Eye. I think Big Ben is there too. Yeah, he is. Or it is the fucking clock. The different pathways to go through. They're cool. Does this remind me of London? Yes. Int. Yes. Yes, it does. Is it a fun map to play through? I feel like the way the map changes throughout the laps is kind of confusing, even as many times as I have played this map. Is this a fun map to play on, though? You know, I am gonna go with I just prefer not to play it. There are better maps to pick. I just prefer not to play it. But where would it go? Where would it go? Where would it go? Where would it go? Above Sky Garden. I feel like it's just... I feel like there are better maps to pick, but I'm not going to be too peeved if you do pick it. Next up, GBA. Bow Lake. All of the GBA courses, for whatever reason, have been getting really big revamps. This one is one of them. However, this one made GBA Bow Lake way better. Because now it looks like an actual lake instead of just a floating dock in the middle of space. There's booze. There's bonefish. It's underwater for some reason, but that doesn't take it away from the fact that it looks fucking cool. It's fun to play too. I know a lot of people don't like playing underwater for some reason, but I don't mind it. I actually enjoy it. I know it slows you down and it's kind of weird how it works, but there's shortcuts and stuff that you can take that I think make this map pretty cool. I don't mind playing this map at all. And for that, I feel like it goes in the will play. Where does it go in the will play? Above Shroom Ridge. Next, Rock Mountain. Right, the 3DS finally gets a recreation from one of its maps, and it's Rock Mountain. Are there better maps to recreate from 3DS? Yes. Yes, there are. But is this a good one? Yes. Yes, it is. But that's just because it comes from fucking 2 games before and then the thing, you know? Like, it's already got a lot of the things that Mario Kart 8 does. I feel like it was a lot more textured in Mario Kart 7, though. So there's that. I also feel like the boulders had a higher chance of hitting you on Mario Kart 7. So there's that too. But beyond that, it's a pretty faithful recreation. Do I enjoy playing it? Yes. Yes, and 1,000%. The reason I say that I like playing it is because I feel like I've had more comeback wins on this fucking map than I've had on any of the other maps. I've had a lot of comeback wins on this one, and I love a good comeback win. So for that, I'm going to put Rock Mountain in must play below Sydney Sprint. Actually, above Sydney Sprint. It's a will play. That is, you pick it almost every time it comes in the map pool. I feel like, in my opinion. And next is Wii's very own Maple Treeway. Maple Treeway, one of those maps you can do no wrong with, I feel like, in my opinion. It's a good map. They change nothing about it other than the fact that it's easier to dodge the wigglers, and the gate that bounces you up and down at the end is no longer there. I feel like the drifting part of this, I feel like the little trick slope on the turn towards the end, it was infinitely more significant in Wii, but I don't mind it in this one. Is this a good recreation of the track? Yes. Is it fun to play? Also, yes, there are plenty of times and places where you can attempt to get ahead of people, and if you're good enough, you're gonna get ahead of people. This is a good map. I don't mind playing it at all. Are there better maps? Yes, there are. So for that, I'm gonna put it in will play. Above Snowland. And it's gotten to the point now where I'm starting to realize in my own mind that I am saying a lot of good things about some of these maps, and I'm putting them where they're at. And don't get discouraged. I'm not ranking a map on how good its recreation is. I'm ranking a map on how fun it is to play. I feel like is good. Like it's a combination of how good the recreation is and how fun the map was to play in general. Maple Treeway was a fine map in Wii, but I wasn't picking it when we were playing online in Wii. In my opinion, there were better maps in Wii to pick. So it's just the same thing over here. Just do that. In Wii, I was picking Mushroom Gorge. I was picking it all the time because that was one of the maps that I was absolutely dog walking people. That's just me. But next, we have Berlin Byways from Tour. So where is even Berlin in? It's in Germany. Play a little bit of hardstyle there. It's the only reason I want to go to Germany and to the Netherlands is for hardstyle and DEF CON sometime in the future, hopefully. Point being, does this remind me of Germany? I don't even know Berlin or people who like going to Berlin. I don't know any map landmarks from Berlin, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you if this is like a good representation of Germany. Is this a fun map to play on? No, not really. It's too windy. It's big. So the tour maps, I found that they are a little bit funner to play, but then you've got Berlin Byways, and it's like, why does this exist? It's fine-ish. It's just fine. But I won't play it. I won't play it. I feel like there are way better options. Like, why are you wasting your pick with Berlin Byways? It's not that I prefer not to play it, it's just I literally, like, why? It's not, it's whatever. It's an annoying track. It's not a good map, in my opinion. It's just not good. You know? Next, DS Peach Gardens. Peach Gardens. Okay. I didn't like playing this map on DS, and I still don't like playing it now. The third lap change is fine, making you go in reverse. Using the little thingy-majig. You know, it's whatever. The chain chomps are still there. They replaced the peace sign in that last little circle with a giant piranha plant. The moles are still there. It looks better, but that's just because graphic updates and stuff. Um, yeah. Like I really don't know what to say. Like what? Just like they removed the item boxes from the back of the chain chomps too. So is this a faithful recreation? It's passable, but like I said, I didn't like playing it back then. Why am I going to enjoy playing it now? But yeah, Peach Gardens, you are going definitely going in you are going in won't play. Actually, you're going in hard garbage. I don't like playing. Above Calamari does it though. So yeah. Next one. Merry Mountain from Mario Kart Tour. I feel like there is kind of like a mixed reception on Merry Mountain. I am one of the few people who likes playing Merry Mountain. I love this map. I like this map. I feel like it's jolly. I feel like it fits the Christmas aesthetic. The candles, the paratroopers, the fucking Santa sleigh, the presents, the candy canes, the ski lift. I think it's cool. The slope all the way down. There's no one like this. The Christmas town. I get it. Like it's only relevant like in the last quarter of the year. But even then, I don't mind playing this map at all. I don't mind playing it. It's whatever, in my opinion. I really don't mind playing it. So for that, it's really gonna be in the. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the will play. I'm gonna put it above. We're gonna put it. We're gonna put it below Choco Mountain. Below Choco Mountain. It's not bad enough to where I prefer not to play it, just because it's Christmas and it's like, what the fuck. But, it's definitely not gonna be anywhere higher than that. Next, 3DS, Rainbow Road. This one is cool because it keeps the 3-lap thing, where it's all just one continuous drive. And this Rainbow Road has been argued over and over and over again to be one of the best, or if not the best, Rainbow Road out of all the Mario Karts. And to that, I say, you are fucking correct. This is not only an incredibly faithful representation or remake of 3DS Rainbow Road, this is the definitive recreation of 3DS Rainbow Road. You've got the moon, you've got all the planets, you got the spaceships, you've got the fucking toads and shit, the stars on the lap counters, and just that ending bit of it where you're just going through the tunnels and through the little dash star ring things and past the asteroids. This is a good map. This is a good map, and it's short. It is a short map. You finish this map in like a minute. But is that a bad thing? No. Do I have fun playing on this map? Absolutely. The road is so tight that for like 8 people, you're constantly fighting against someone, especially in online, as long as if you're not playing against people who are absolute fucking chuds. This is a great map to play on. In fact, one would say one of the greatest maps ever. And it is going above Waluigi Pinball in the greatest maps ever category, our second one of the day. Next, that was the end of Wave 3. Next, we have the start of Wave 4, with Amsterdam Drift. Same thing with Berlin Byways. Where the fuck is Amsterdam? It's in the Netherlands! I fucking love Amsterdam now. I fucking love it because of the Netherlands. I don't even know if that's their fucking accent. Point being, again, I don't know what the fuck the Netherlands are useful for. When I imagine the Netherlands, I imagine the farm country. So the farm part of this map is cool. But like, is this map good? I feel like it's got a lot of stuff in it. But at the same time, nothing about it tells me it's Berlin. But then again, I didn't know where Berlin was or what even Berlin even had in it until right now. But at the same time, it's a good map. It's a fun map. It is a long map, and it has so much in it. The water, the road, the farmland, the boat. This is a good map. The fucking trolley car. This is a good map. This is a good map. Simply put, this is a good map. And for that, I will put it in the will play above New York Minute. Yeah, it's pretty high. Next is GBA, Riverside Park. Riverside Park and this recreation are fucking insane. This is a great recreation. This is an insane recreation, and I fuck with it hard. The reason I fuck with it hard also here is because of the walking piranha plants moving from side to side that make an awesome obstacle to just avoid. Now, is this a fun map to drive on though? No, not really. There's not many shortcuts. Also, beyond the fact that there's not many shortcuts, it's just very linear. It's very linear. It's pretty to look at and stuff, but it's just very linear. For that, I just prefer not to play it, but it's above Sky High Sunday, definitely. The top of prefer not to play. There are better maps. Next is DK Summit. DK Summit, right? Let's go through with this. Is it a good recreation? I feel like, in a sense, it is. But also not really. It's fine. You know, the powdered snow. I feel like the bumps are way too big. The curves are awesome. Definitely the skiing Shy Guys is the highlight. Beyond that, this is a pretty faithful recreation. Is it fun to play? Yeah, not really. The reason I say not really, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna put it in the what's it called? I don't mind playing it, like in the will play. I'm gonna put it in the will play column, but I feel like the bumps were severely nerfed by being bigger, and I feel like the double curve is too easy to get through. Because in the original DK Summit, those things were a lot bigger, and you're taking a pretty good risk trying to go over it without a mushroom. So, I feel like it's very nerfed. This is just a very nerfed. What's it called? This is just a very nerfed version of it, and I don't mind playing it though. I really don't. So, for that, it is gonna go in the wheel play. But, right here. It's gonna go just above Maple Tree. Just above it. Next is the all brand new Yoshi Island. Yoshi Island! Now, Yoshi's Island, the game, It's very nostalgic, seeing all the Shy Guys on their little walking sticks, the piranha plants, the little babies in the background, the crabs. This is a great map and homage to Yoshi. You even got Yoshi coins, you know? This is a great map. Is it a fun map to play? It's also a fun map to play. And this is not a recreation. The fact that this isn't a recreation either, like, this is completely original. And you've even got like the sunflower that you can collect. You know, there's just so many things in this for like a true Yoshi fan, because I like the game. I didn't mind the game. Do I remember most of the game? No, I don't. But it's a great course. It's beautiful to look at. It's intricate. There's a lot of stuff to look at. But I definitely don't mind playing it. I am gonna put it above Shroom Ridge. I'm gonna put it above Shroom Ridge. It's a good map. Definitely will play it. Just, it's too easy. Is the thing. It's too easy. It's too easy. That's what it is. It's too easy. There you go. There you had it. But it's a good map. It is a good map. Next, Bangkok Rush. So where's Bangkok? Bangkok is in Thailand. I didn't know that, but okay, now I do. Bangkok Rush. This is one of the 3 courses from Tour City Course in the Booster Course Pass. And a lot of people were like, why the fuck are you adding so many city courses? And it's honestly because Tour isn't going to be up for long. And they needed somewhere to store all of these. Right? So let's just add it to the DLC. Is this a good map? Here's the thing, is I don't know what Thailand is, right? You've got a lot of stuff here that I feel like if you're from like Thailand and you're from Bangkok, you would recognize this shit. But I don't recognize any of this. Even looking at it now. But it's a fun map to play. It goes everywhere. There's just a lot of places to go. There's a lot of things to do. Shortcuts galore. And it's just fun to go through. There's plenty of obstacles. There's plenty of shortcuts. Plenty of places where you can turn and do things differently. So I think this is pretty fun to play, especially on 200cc. It gets super chaotic. Very chaotic. Very fun. I'm actually going to put this in a must-play map above Sydney. Another tour map. And the must-play maps. Oh my goodness. City courses, they're taking over my life. But of course, the GOATs, DS and 3DS. You know, that's the thing, is that the DS and 3DS Mario Kart, they are good. They were good. They were good Mario Karts. And I feel like I'm a little bit biased to them. But then again, I say that while I have Rock Mountain over here. DS fucking Shroom Ridge right here, and we have fucking Peach Gardens all the way down here, and Toad Circuit right here, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. But next, Mario Circuit from the DS. What do I think about DS Mario Kart Circuit? Right? What do I think about it? It's a good recreation. Surprised that they actually included the freaking fireballs. Because they never have anything happening in these freaking things. The Wiggler for Wiggler Wednesday. You know, if you know, you know. The Piranha Plants, the ending, everything's great. Again, they had the stupid PNG cutouts in the audience at the finish line. But this is a very faithful recreation, I feel like, in my opinion. Is it fun to play? No. There are too many straightaways. I feel like there aren't really any places you can get around in, you know? Like, there's no places to, like, take advantage of and cut. There's no real shortcuts here that you can exploit to maximum advantage. Right? Nothing to trick off of and stuff like that. But, you know, it's still fine. But I would prefer not to play it. There are way better maps. There are way better maps. Way better ones. I think it's going to go at the bottom of prefer not to play. Because I'm on the verge of saying it won't play. But at the same time, I'm not that angry when it is picked. But there are better ones. You know. Next. GameCube. Waluigi Stadium. To Waluigi Stadium. This is one of the better tracks from GameCube. Double Dash, in my opinion. This was this recreated in the Wii? I feel like this was recreated in Wii. That's where I know it from. It was recreated in Wii. Okay, so it was also recreated in Wii. It's not a bad course. It looks really, really good. Like the textures and everything. It doesn't look like it's a booster course pass. It doesn't have that like booster course signature of it having flat colors and no textures and stuff. The dirt looks good. The tires look good. You know what doesn't look good? The fucking audience being PNGs. Stop doing that. You have 3D characters. Don't fucking tell me that you want to put just PNG cutouts in the stadium because it saves on processing power or whatever. Then just put only a couple of people in the fucking stadium. It's not that big a deal. Like no, I'd prefer it not being there. You know, I prefer that crowd not being there over these fucking PNGs. I hate the stupid PNGs. And you know why I hate them the most? It's because they move at 12 frames per second. Also, these piranha plants are a lot easier to dodge, I feel like, since they're aiming up instead of aiming out. But who fucking cares? Is this a fun, track to play on? Yes. Yes, this is a fun track to play. And I feel like it's a must-play map. This is a definite must-play map above Rock Mountain. And finally, for Wave 4, Singapore Speedway. Singapore is in Asia. That's the only freaking thing I know about Singapore. Nothing else. I don't get out much. But, if you showed me this, what would I think about it? I think it's somewhere in Asia. So that's a start. I think it's cool. Shoots you up into like an infinity pool. You got the blimps. You got the sky rings. I think you go over like a tennis court or something. Does Singapore like tennis? I don't freaking know. But point being, this is a really good tour trip. In my opinion. The thing about this tour track is that it has it's showing a lot. Like, it shows you a lot. It takes you to a lot of different places. The different map layouts are freaking cool. They're diverse. Is it fun to play, though? Not really. And the reason I say not really is because while it does look really good, it doesn't play all that good because of how linear it is. I hate linear tracks. Give me tight curves. Give me it's a soccer stadium. Give me just obstacles. Give me shit to trick off of. And I get it, there's a lot of shit to trick off of. Give me better shortcuts. The fact that the frickin' speedrunner right here can hold his mushroom for so fucking long without having to use it says a lot about your shortcuts. You don't have any. So for that, I think it's definitely in a prefer not to play. Just kidding. It's in a well play. And it's like, I think I'm going to put it above Shroom Ridge. The reason I put it here is because I don't mind playing it. It's nice to look at. That's the only reason I don't mind playing it. because it's nice to look at. It's just a good track to look at. It's so interesting. It's so decorative. But I feel like the freaking, like, the racing itself lacks depth. Next, Athens Dash. When I hear Athens, I think of Greece, and I'm almost certain it's in Greece. It's the capital of Greece, so I was right. Point being, when you think of Greece, you think of the Greeks, and you think of colosseums, you think of the stone, like, amphitheaters, you think of stadiums that are made out of stone, you know, like the stone, the old stone pillars, and like all those ancient buildings and shit. And this is exactly what my mind envisions when I think of Athens and Greece and that old-timey picture of, like, the gods, like Greek gods and shit. Is it a fun map to play on? This is a very, very fun map to play on. For it being a tour track, it's not linear. Well, it's not that linear. It's got good shortcuts, good obstacles, good opportunities to trick, good opportunities to overtake. It looks impressive. It's an impressive looking track, and it just takes you to so many different places. This is a good map. This is a good map. One might even say one of the best maps. Fucking Athens Dash is one of the best maps of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, in my opinion. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I think it is definitely one of the greatest maps ever designed. The different ways you can drive, the depth of complexity of the race itself. It's a good map, and I can't wait for it to be recreated in a future Mario Kart. Next, Daisy Cruiser. Daisy Cruiser. I liked playing it on the GameCube. I didn't mind playing it. And, you know, the pool was cool. Floating Goombas. It's got a lot of details and shit. The tables move in the dining room still. And then you've got the hallways and shit still. But the best part of Daisy Cruiser is that underwater section. I don't think this guy goes through the underwater section. But just know that that underwater section is new to me. And it is cool. It is cool. It is great. I think it's great. So you know what I have to say to that? This is a must-play track, is what I would say if it had tracks and like actual shortcuts to exploit, but it doesn't. It's a very linear map, but what are you going to do with a boat that's like hijacked? You go to one end of the boat, then you come back to the other. What are you going to do? How the fuck could you spice this up? It's definitely not must play, but it is a will play, and it is a very high will play to finally dethrone Paris Promenade from the top of will play. Just saying. It's not good enough to the point where I want to pick it every time, but it's good enough to the point where if it's picked, I'm just practically always like, oh, it's okay, I would have picked that too. Next is Moonview Highway. Are they going to butcher my boy Moonview Highway is what a lot of us had in our minds when they said that they were going to release this. But at the same time, it's Wave 5. They've learned. They've had to have learned already. Just don't fix the fucking track. This is one of the better tracks of Mario Kart, right? Oh, Mario Kart Wii. And it was like that because of how intense it was and stuff. Now we have this. The boost pads are a lot easier to get. There are less cars on the road. But guess what? They kept the fucking bomb cars. And guess what? In a good enough lobby, those fucking bomb cars are impossible to dodge because of everybody that's fucking going through. And that makes it one of the maps that I will definitely don't mind playing. It was good in Mario Kart Wii, and it still had that effect in Mario Kart Wii, but it's not to the point where I think that it is a must-play map now. Why? Mostly because there's nothing to trick on, and no real like shortcuts. But it definitely is a will play, and I will play it above Boo Lake. Next, Squeaky Clean Sprint. Squeaky Clean Sprint. I saw it and I was like, wait a second, this doesn't look like any map we've seen before. And sure enough, it is a completely new map. And guess what? This is the best. This is the best map. This is the best map. You know why it's the best map? Because my favorite fucking Mario Party is Mario Party DS, where we are shrunken and all of the maps are like just like us being small in a normal area. This reminds me of that. You know what else reminds me of that? Ribbon Road on this. We'll get to that. But this is one of the best maps. It is so detailed. There is so much stuff in this bathroom. The curtain that covers the tub is a fucking star power. There's little record tapes, tennis balls, Ducky Mario, a giant Goomba, robot fucking Cheep Cheeps. What the fuck? This is one of the best. You go down the sewer and stuff, and it connects to like the drain at the bottom of the stand up of like this bathroom. I think there's a stand up shower. I don't know why there's just a random drain on the fucking floor. There's bandages. There's a light bulb. There's a bunch of stuff. And if you zoom out, you can see everything, and it looks so fucking cool. It looks so cool. It looks so unbelievably cool. There's a laundry. There's a dryer and a washer here as well. Wait, do you come out through the washer hole? No, you don't. Okay, and there's like chairs, beach chairs in this bathroom, and you're like, how big is this fucking bathroom? Like, realistically speaking, there's a fucking scale in the corner too. And it's just like, dude, this is an insanely detailed and good map. Not to mention, there are a bunch of different ways you can take this map. You can tackle this map, and it is so fucking cool to drive, making it the greatest map to ever fucking exist. This is the greatest map. This is the best map. Looking at the rest of these fucking maps, I can tell you for a certainty that this is the best map. Squeaky Clean Sprint is the best map. Next, we are tackling Los Angeles Laps. What the fuck is this? I think this is Santa Monica Pier. Could this be Newport? I don't know. Both of those are LA County, not Los Angeles. You got like a skate park with like in the middle of the fucking the sand, the beach, and then it goes into like Los Angeles, kind of. This city reminds me more of San Francisco. Is this San Francisco Laps? No, it is not. This is Los Angeles Laps. None of this reminds me of Los Angeles other than fucking what is obviously supposed to be Dodger Stadium. With the PNG audience again. Stop it with the PNG audience. Get it the fuck out of here. But this doesn't scream LA to me. This screams San Francisco. The Frisco, you know? It reminds me of that. It's not supposed to remind you of that. And then you've got oil fields. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck, when you think of LA, thinks of all the oil production and the cement fields? Who the fuck thinks of that? I don't. This is a terrible map to represent LA. whoever thought of this map does not know what LA looks like. Let's get that out of the way. Do they have the Hollywood Hills in the background? Yeah, sure. But beyond the base, this is just a San Francisco map. That is it. This reminds me more of San Francisco. Fucking, are we talking LA County here? We're talking Los Angeles. You could have had us drive down the Walk of Fame. You know, the stars in Hollywood. That's LA County. That's more recognizable, more recognizable part of LA County. You've got Culver City. You've got Inglewood. You could have made us drove through the Hollywood Park Casino. That's also in LA. You've got LAX. LAX, the most recognizable. When someone says Los Angeles, you think Hollywood. But to somebody who travels, you say Los Angeles, you think of the LA International Airport. That is a chaotic enough fucking scene already as it is. You don't have to adjust anything about it for it to be a racetrack because there's already a lower part and there's an upper part. Guess what? GTA did that and people race through that fucking airport all the time. You could have done that here. But no, you chose so many different parts that don't even remind me of fucking LA. It's just a random fucking city that has a beach, that has a baseball stadium, that has oil fields for some fucking reason. Where the fuck are the oil fields in Los Angeles? I drive through Los Angeles all the fucking time. Is it just like in West LA? I don't drive through West LA. West LA is a fucking hellhole. Point being, this is a terrible map. This is a terrible map. This is hot fucking garbage. Tokyo Blur had Tokyo signs in it that told you it was Tokyo. This doesn't have shit in it. This is beyond F tier. This is beyond hot garbage. But I'm not going to create another fucking thing to be funny. No, this is just straight hot dog doo-doo. Dog shit. Dog shit. Dog shit. Fuck LA. Fucking hate LA. Sunset Wilds. I don't even need to play it. You're not getting a fucking lap of it. You're not getting the background of it. You know why? Because it fucking sucks. Sunset Wilds on the GBA. Every time you fucking completed a stupid lap, the sun would set and go below the horizon. And it'd go from daytime to sunset to nighttime. That's cool. Guess what they didn't do here? Give me the fucking sunset. Where the fuck is the sunset? 2 back-to-back dog shit. Dog shit. Los Angeles laps. You know what? You know what? At least Sunset Wilds looks like Sunset Wilds. It's not fun to play either. It's very straightforward. But guess fucking what? At least it looks somewhat like Sunset Wilds. Unlike you, Los Angeles laps. Fuck you. And fuck Sunset Wilds. 2 dog shit recreations in Wave 5. Dude, it is Wave 5 of your booster course pass. I paid money for dog shit. Straight dog shit. What the fuck? Next is Koopa Cape. I won't play this. I'm not even playing the video either. I don't have to. Koopa Cape in the Mario... You know what? I'm just going to play it just because I have stuff to say about it. Koopa Cape, Mario Kart Wii. Is it a faithful recreation? Yes. But guess fucking what? It wasn't fun to play in Mario Kart Wii. It's not fun to play now. In my opinion. Are there shortcuts on this map? Yes. But guess what? You can exploit all of them by simply just hopping because of how short the grass areas all are. Or there's just a ramp beforehand. Guess what? You also took away the big ass fucking tube that was underwater and you made it like a little half pipe section. You also took away the fucking electric beams that made it any fun in that underwater section. It's just very uneventful and I wish that they had added something something to this that would have made it a little bit more interesting. But guess what? They didn't, and that makes it towards the bottom of the fucking list. Fuck this list. Fuck it. And finally, the last part of Wave 5, Vancouver Velocity. Vancouver is in Canada. I think. Making me double check myself. Yeah, British Columbia, Canada. When I think of Vancouver, I think of snow and I think of the Alps for whatever reason. Does this deliver? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's what happens when I think of Canada. Is I think of the snow, I think of skiing, I think of hockey. And I know Vancouver is also a pretty big city. So all the big cityscapes, cool. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I think I just prefer not to play it. It is a fun map to play through. Or not play through. It's a very pretty map, but I don't think it's fun to play through. I don't know why. It checks all the boxes that I had set for myself and stuff. And again, you got the stupid PNGs! Fuck. But, that's about it. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know. I just prefer not to play this one. I would really just prefer not to play this one. Why are there bats in the subway? I don't fucking know. But, yeah. I don't know. This is just not... It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. And it's cool that you get to drive twice to this little ice skating. It would have been cool if they had ice physics on it, but they don't. So... Prefer not to play. And it's gonna go below Coconut, no, below London Loop. Next is Wave 6. The last wave of the DLC. Starting off with Rome Avanti. When I think of Rome, all I think about is the Colosseum and that big Pantheon thing. And right off the bat, you see the both of them. So... Mission accomplished. You got a big old chain chomp inside of the fucking thing, too. You drive through it. You drive over it. You drive around it. There's big stone buildings. But it doesn't do it as good as Athens. Rome and Athens have the same, style, in my opinion, in my head. But they don't have the same quality of how detailed the course is, in my opinion. And I feel like this one is still a definite must play. There's a lot of twists and turns and tricks and stuff, and I feel like it deserves to be in must play over Bangkok. These are my opinions, by the way, guys. Don't get mad. DK! Donkey Kong! Next is DK Mountain from the GameCube. You know what was the best recreation of DK Mountain? The one from the Wii. That was the best one. Okay. The volcano now has an angry face. The one in the Wii, I believe, had a smiley face. The rock looks very, very textured. It looks cool. It looks awesome. There are arrows now imprinted on the rocks so that you know where you can trick. You can apparently go on the fucking cliffs now. Beyond that, these turns are very forgiving. They weren't in Wii. They seem very hard. That shortcut you can do over the thing is also not that bad. The wavy bridge is back, and it's thinner. But guess what? Mario Kart 8 doesn't like to be punishing, so all of the items and bumping and stuff doesn't really knock you off as much as it did in Wii. What do I think of this map? I think I don't mind playing it at all. In fact, I will play it. I'll pick it from time to time. Is that a crime? It's not. I definitely will play this one. But where will I put it? Where will I put it? I put it below DK. I put it below or above DK Summit. I'm gonna put it above DK Summit. I think it's better than DK Summit simply because of the bridge. I don't mind it. Next is Daisy Circuit. It goes above Mario Circuit. I didn't mind it in Wii, but it was also one of those maps in Wii that I didn't really care for. And given the fact that turning and drifting is a lot easier in Mario Kart 8, that last turn really isn't all that. So it gets pretty nerfed, but I prefer not to play it. Not gonna get too mad about it though. Next is Piranha Plant Cove. Piranha Plant Cove. What do I think of Piranha Plant Cove? It has that like toury like change in map, you know? There, funnily enough, there aren't really a lot of piranha plants, you know? There's a PD piranha symbol that makes it super awesome. The change in laps is really fucking cool. There are a lot of things to trick off of and stuff. I feel like Piranha Plant Cove is one of those maps that can do no wrong. Underwater, above water, in the air, plenty of places to trick off of, swamps, speed boosts, enemies to avoid. It's pretty short and concise, but that makes it more chaotic in 200cc. And I think Piranha Plant Cove is simply one of the greatest maps ever. Above Waluigi Pinball. Controversial, I know. But it is my opinion. Next, Madrid Drive. Madrid is in Spain. When I think of Spain, I think of traffic. I think of those big, tall buildings, big like circle, the roundabouts. I think of just like streets that are really close to houses where it really shouldn't be. I think of the big square that's in the middle of nowhere. Not the middle of nowhere, but you know, it's just there. I think of Estadio Bernabeu, you know. And this, what does this show? It shows a lot. It shows all the art gallery and stuff like that. But what does it show, right? It's cool. That's what it is. It shows that it's fucking cool. But at the same time, is it fun to play? This unfortunately suffers from the very linear effect that a lot of tour tracks have. It feels very, very linear. You know what they did a lot of justice to, though? They did a lot of justice to fucking Estadio Bernabeu. But that's not good enough. I'd prefer not to play it, though. That's my opinion. It's gonna go above Sky Garden. 3 tour tracks. It's crazy. Rosalina's Ice World! Top of one play. I didn't care for it in 3DS. That's the only explanation I need to give. SNES Bowser Castle 3. SNES Bowser Castle 3. This is in my opinion, the greatest fucking recreation we have received for a SNES course. What the fuck? This has a similar layout, right? To the old, like, Bowser Castle 3. But at the same time, it doesn't. The elevated areas, the thwomps, the walls, the gate areas that are lifted, the drifting, the bony piranha plants, and the lava. It's just a great fucking recreation. This is a great recreation. One would say one of the greatest recreations. In fact, it is so great. It deserves top praises. And finally, the end of the DLC courses, Wii Rainbow Road. Wii Rainbow Road, I didn't care for it in Mario Kart Wii. I will spoil that much. I did not care for it in Mario Kart Wii all that much. They took away the moon jump that you could do, you know, the big jump at the beginning. That's fine. That was more of a bug than anything. It is a very, very faithful recreation. They kept the fact that you're able to burn into a fireball if you do drop off the map. They kept all the tricks, all of the circles and stuff like that, but I didn't care for it in Wii. And then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe exists. And then the anti-gravity mode exists. And you notice it. The tricks feel better. The boosts feel better. The map feels tighter. Falling off isn't as punishing as it was in Wii and keeps you in the competition and keeps everything lively. Guess what? This map is a must play. You have to play Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road. You must play it. In fact, you must play it so much, it goes next to, in fact, above Mushroom Gorge. This is our current ranking. This is the accurate ranking of the Mario Kart DLC Booster Course Pass for the deluxe edition of Mario Kart 8. This is my ranking from 48 to number 1. Squeaky Clean Sprint is the best map to come out of the Booster Course Pass. Without a doubt. It is the best. And Los Angeles fucking laps is the worst. You've got two here. 2 tour tracks. Tokyo Blur, Los Angeles laps. And you got Berlin byways. 3 tour tracks. All the way at the bottom. What the fuck happened to chat? I don't know. Point being, it is 8:26. I've got a movie to catch. I will rank the rest of these maps when I get back. Spoiler warning. I guess I'll put this little clip right at the beginning. Fucking big ass movie theater over here. Where's my boy at?
Vlad's right there.
Okay. Where's Kevin?
I don't know. I'm waiting on him still.
Mario's over there.
I didn't mean.
Oh, he's right there at the drinks.
We're good to go? Thank you, bro. You guys already got your,
We already got it, yeah. We already got stuff, so if you guys want anything, just bunch of go in line right now.
You gonna buy anything?
I was gonna buy a Yoshi.
Well, how much is it?
50.
I got money. I got money. I got money. Consumerism. They took off the burgers and stuff. They used to have burgers on the menu, but like 3 months ago, I think they started taking them out because it was getting too expensive to make it or whatever. Which I think is stupid. Look at how big it is though. $50 for that? I'm getting it. I don't know about you, but I'm getting it.
I wish I can, but I can't spit it out.
Man, I don't give a fuck. Money comes and goes.
That's true.
I'm on it.
These fuckers over here.
And
What the fuck is that? This fucker right here.
I mean, you dumb fuck.
These fuckers over here. Vlad, say hi.
How's it going? How's it going, actual? Shut up,
Get the shit on video.
Bro, chill.
Stop hitting me. Shh, fuck up. Fuck up.
I don't think so. That pussy is a big weed. That's funny. What is a froggy
Oh, yeah.
Into a scary planet out beyond the Gateway Galaxy. Can you help us?
Peach, sorry. I tried. You've been doing so great. Leader of the legendary Star Fox team. I only care about 3 things: keeping the Lilat system safe, fighting with my buds, and doing extreme. I will
So where are you off to next?
That nice space princess fixed up my warp drive and I'm heading home.
I left mine in there too. This bum doesn't have the money for it.
Yeah, you see, if I just I'd hit the jackpot once and I could.
No. Spend money you don't even have.
I'll just donate some blood, get some money.
It's fine. You'll steal money from his parents like he normally does.
It's not stealing if they give it to me.
All right. Jesus. I'm sure this will look fine. We're back. It's a great movie. Y'all should watch it. But yeah, anyways, let's get right back into this fucking ranking. All right. Now that we're home, now that we're all set up, we are going to get the last 48 out of the way. Now, these next 48 are comprised of the original 32 that were involved in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. And then we have the additional 16 that were involved in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the DLC. Let's get started with Mario Kart Stadium. Okay, Mario Stadium is the first map you encounter in the game. For the first map you encounter in the game, it teaches you most of the main mechanics. You know, you got the brand new anti-gravity. You got the revamped gliding compared to how it was in Mario Kart 7. Kart customization, and just, you know, and overall how it's going to look, the game at least. This is a pretty standard course, you know. And since it is the first one, it also has to show you how adaptive it can be for 200cc. Now, then again, this doesn't take it away from it being one of the most basic courses. I'd prefer not to play it simply because there are better courses. It is a basic course, so I'm just going to put it on prefer not to play. We're going to put it over Vancouver Velocity. Why not? Actually, no. I like looking at Vancouver Velocity. I'm going to put it below Madrid Drive because I also like looking at Madrid. I think that's good. Next, Water Park. Water Park is one of those maps. It's in the first cup of the game, intended to be the easiest cup of the game, and this map is a perfect representation of not that first cup. In my opinion, Water Park probably should have been in the second cup, with just how advanced it is. It introduces you to the underwater section, throws you right into it. But guess what? Not just the underwater section. The underwater section paired along with the anti-gravity mode of Mario Kart. And I feel like both of them combined to make for really awkward controls. But since this is such like a bare bones map, it makes it really easy to control and gives you that false sense of security that, hey, this is pretty easy to control. Or it's pretty easy to manage. So for that, I'm also going to have to put Water Park as a pretty basic track. Although, I don't mind playing it. In fact, I will play it every once in a while. And I'll play it a hell of a lot more than fucking, either of the DKs. I'm going to put that in will play. Next, Sweet Canyon. Sweet Canyon. I will be honest, when I first played Mario Kart, this was the first map that I actively hated. Now, having grown up a little bit, my opinion stays the same. I don't know. For it being like a sweet canyon, it doesn't look too sweet. Yeah, you've got like big ass cake and like the soda water and ice cream cones, but it looks very bland and like tartish. And you know, then we have that one ice cream one from the DLC that I forget the name of that I'm gonna go look at right now. Sky High Sundae. And then we have Sky High Sundae, which looks really fucking good. I just feel like this could have done with a different color palette, you know? The split roads is pretty cool, but I do hate the overall aesthetic of the map. Although, this is one of the funnest maps to play on. Simply because of that split road and the way and how fast this map goes through. This is definitely a must-play map. I might hate the whole overall aesthetic of it, but that doesn't mean it's not a fun map to drive on. And I'm going to put it above Rome Avanti. Next, Thwomp Ruins. Thwomp Ruins was one of the first maps that I got good at. Really freaking good at. And this frickin' map is amazing. choosing to drift off of the walls, going in the water, staying on the side, the anti-gravity section, having to dodge the cogs after round 1, the shortcut opportunities that you can do without fucking mushrooms, and ones that you can do with mushrooms. There's just so many places to overtake opponents. And for that, simply for the fact that I can overtake opponents whenever the fuck I want because of how this layout is structured, makes it one of the more fun maps to play. I mess with this map a lot. And for that, I'm gonna have to put it in must play above Rock Mountain. Next is Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit, it's the first course in the next cup, the second cup for Mario Kart 8. This is where everything ramps up. Granted, it is a glorified 8, but it's a double 8 because you gotta go upside down and then you gotta go right side up. I think it's a great design for a map. It's pretty interesting on how they managed to do a floating 8 in the middle of the sky. But at the same time, it is a very basic map, and the only way you're gonna get ahead of anybody is when a stray green shell hits one of these rails that you see here and hits someone. Beyond that, there's not many other options when it comes to overtaking and tricking and stuff. So for that, honestly, it's not very fun to play. In fact, to the point where I would even say I don't like playing this. Although it's not a fact that I won't play it. I am going to put Mario Circuit above Coconut Mall. Next, Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor is another one of those maps that I abso-fucking-lutely hated. I hated it. Because I felt like the first turn over the boat I was never able to get. Drifting on or going onto the little shop tents, I was never able to do that. Drifting around the bridge, going on the walls for whatever reason, I'd always crash trying to go onto the second wall. Then going down the hill, I'd go off of one of the ramps and then I'd crash. Then I realized it was a gigantic skill issue. And once I actually learned how to play this map, there are so many ways to get around people. So many. Making this one of the most fun maps to play when it comes to fun. For that, I have to put Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor. That is a must-play map above Waluigi Stadium. Oh yeah, that one gets played a lot in online, and it's for a very good reason. Next is Twisted Mansion. Twisted Mansion. Now, I don't know if this is supposed to resemble kind of how Luigi's Mansion was. Obviously it is, because, the mansion aesthetic of it and it having the same fucking soundtrack. Beyond that, though, this is a really cool map to drive on. It's a big-ass mansion. You drive through it. You drive through, the dining hall, the library, just a big-ass hall, and then a flooded cave sewer section for whatever fucking reason with little bonefish. It's not weird. Point being, I see this one picked in online all the time. Although, I honestly prefer not to play it. For as much as I fuck with Luigi, this is not a fun map to play on. And if anything, I'd actually say it's fairly annoying to play on it. But that's probably because of how much I've seen it. Although, It could be for a factor of things. I just think that there could be way more being done with this course, and it's just not being taken fully advantage of. For that, I gotta put Twisted Mansion in Prefer Not to Play. Above Sky High Sunday. It's a very high, I Prefer Not to Play. Next, Shy Guy Falls. Now, I'd be hard-pressed to admit if I didn't say that I hated Shy Guy Falls when I first started playing Mario Kart 8 as well. It was just a long map with nothing on it. It is a very nice looking map, decorative and stuff. You drive up a fucking waterfall, that's insane. The last trick that you can do across that like floating island, that's pretty cool. But I don't play this map. It's not that I don't prefer it, it's literally I won't play this map. I'll never pick it. I hate it when people pick it. This is just a dog shit map. But I'm not gonna put it in the dog shit tier. I'm gonna have to put it in the definitely won't play. Where would I put it in won't play though? Above all of the fucking DLC courses. Because those DLC courses actively do suck. Next is Sunshine Airport with the start of the next. Sunshine Airport. You go through a fucking airport terminal, onto a runway. You can go through an airplane, over the baggage loader, through the runway, onto a fucking track that's in the middle of the sky, and then back through the terminal. This is fucking cool. There is a lot of little Easter egg details. You know, you got people over the intercom. The board of destinations actually shows different maps in Mario Kart. It's a cool map. It's always played online. Do I find it fun to play? No, not really, because there hasn't been a single time where I've lost on this map. Every single time I manage to gain a lead and I never lose it. I'd honestly prefer not to play it. And I put it above Riverside Park. It's a very high prefer not to play. Next, Dolphin Shoals. Dolphin Shoals. I don't even want to talk about Dolphin Shoals. This is one of those ones that I've hated since the beginning. There are plenty of chances to overtake, but I never have fun on this track. And it's not simply because of the fact that it's a fucking skill issue, because I know I skill issue on this map probably more than any other map. I hate it. I actively hate it. I think it is one of the worst maps in the entire game. I understand it has one of the most banging soundtracks, but that's not enough to carry it into higher than hot garbage. Unfortunately for you guys, it's my opinion. Next, the Electrodrome. Banging soundtrack, cool aesthetic, cool track, boring as fuck gameplay. This is one of the most boring tracks. And for it to be in the second course, I would have better had fucking Water Park replace Electrodrome. Sweet Sweet Canyon replace Electrodrome. Fuck, replace both of those and move Dolphin Shoals and Electrodrome over the first one. Because that's what it feels like. This feels like a first cup track. This isn't a second cup track. Much less, a good one. It's just terrible, terrible. Mount Wario. By the looks of it, it would appear Mount Wario actually got a new frickin' world record recently, because that's Paulina. Or Paulette. I forget her fucking name. Point being, Mount Wario is one of those maps that's fucking awesome. It's a mountain. You drive down a mountain. First, you go down an icy ski slope. Then you go into like this weird salt mine cave. Then you go out to a fucking waterfall. The Wario Dam. Wario has a dam? How much money does this fucker have? And then you go out into the snowy woods where there's just a bunch of tree trucks in your way. Or you can take the middle path for a glider all the way to the end. I don't mind taking that glider. And then you finally have the final ski slope. Just driving and drifting down. The amount of intense head-to-head battles I've had going down this mountain, leading all the way to the fucking end. This is one of the best maps ever in Mario Kart 8. And I'm putting it above Piranha Plant Cove. It doesn't go top 3. It's not a top 3 all-time Mario Kart 8 Deluxe along with Booster Course Pass DLC map. It is not. Across the 96 maps, it is not top 3. But I will admit it is top 10. It is top 10. Maybe even top 5. I don't know. We'll get there. But it is definitely one of the best. Next, Cloud Top Cruise for the next cup. Cloud Top Cruise. This one is just slightly higher than Sky Gardens. Not in terms of like how good it is or how fun it is, but literally in terms of world development. Because, dude, this looks like Sky Gardens at the beginning. But this is such a cool map. You drive in the clouds. There's an option to jump on a little boost mushroom thingy. You drift on clouds. Like, how the fuck are we drifting on clouds? But okay. And then you go onto an airship. What a fucking airship. Yeah. You go onto an airship. And then you go on to like this like thunderous area where you can get shocked on boost panels and stuff, and you got to pay attention, otherwise you get minified. And then finally you land on this big ass fucking vine, and you can do a sick trick without a mushroom. I've had a lot of close calls on this map, and for that it is a definite must play. Above Rock Mountain. Next, Bone Dry Dunes. Above Electrodome. I don't like it. It's cool. Desert. Floating pirate ship. Bony piranha plants. Big ass Bowser skull. But it's not fun. It's a very skinny map. I feel like if you get ahead, that's it. Everybody else is cooked. Not really any shortcuts to take and stuff. It's not a good map. I don't have fun playing it. I hate seeing it. A lot. Next, Bowser's Castle. Bowser's Castle is fucking awesome. You go through his castle, you drift through, you see a gigantic lava version of him. You go over lava pits, which you can actually get hit by the way. You gotta dodge a big-ass boulder, and then you've got that final little stretch around the bend. You gotta dodge lasers, too, on the third lap, and it's like... it's insane. This is a map with a lot of stuff on it that can help anybody catch up. If you're in front, though, and there's nobody competent enough to throw something at you, you can keep a lead. But even then, I still feel like this is a very fun map, and I'm going to have to put it in the will play column. I'm going to put it above Singapore Speedway. And finally, for this cup, rounding it up, is Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road Star Cup. This is a great Rainbow Road. It is a hard Rainbow Road. One of the hardest Rainbow Roads, I will say. Especially on 200cc, that first curve, those first curves, insane. And then you've got the double roads that intersect, and you could just like infinitely drift over one of them, go on to another one. You think you've overshot it, and then you fall off the course, and you're already fucking throwing your controller because you thought you fucking lost already. Because falling off of this stupid ass map means you lose, and that's it. But no, you land on the other one, and then you keep going. This course makes no sense, though, in the terms of Rainbow Road. The only thing that tells me it's Rainbow Road is the fact that the road is colored like a rainbow. Beyond that, the aesthetic doesn't work. But it is a cool fucking road. It is a cool map, and I will admit, plenty of close calls. This is a must play. This is a must play. This is a must play map, and I will put it above Sweet Sweet Canyon. Next, we move on. Those are the 16 original. Those were the 16 original maps. Original. Next, we move on to the 16 retro course maps, starting with Moo Moo Meadows. Did you know Moo Moos are the actual names of the cows in Mario Kart? They're called Moo Moos. That's fucking hilarious. Either way, for this being the first retro course, it is a good one. This one comes from Wii. This one was not that fun in Wii. It is also not that fun here. I would say I prefer not to play this one. And I'm gonna keep it that way. The glider is a good addition to this, but still it is a very basic map and over in pretty much a minute. I will put it in prefer not to play, but it is going to go above Sky High Sunday. Just because the colors are very muted. It's a very pretty map to look at. The cows that come out on the second and third lap are pretty fucked up, especially if you don't have a mushroom to go on the grass. But it is, there are better maps to play. Next, GBA Mario Circuit. GBA Mario Circuit, folks. It's a decent map. Pretty basic, but in terms of Mario Circuit, the fact that they decided to lift that one curve, making it easier with the anti-gravity section to make that drift, the oil slicks, everything about this map is very, very short. It's small. It is a small map. Very easy to catch up. Not many shortcut opportunities. But if you're good at drifting, this is a good map for you. I have had a lot of fun playing this map simply because of everything you are able to do if you are really good at drifting, which I am. And for that, this is a will play. And I will play it more than DK Summit, but less than DK Mountain. We gotta split up the DKs. Cheap Beach. This is a pretty good recreation of Cheap Beach. And compared to the DS. Now that you can actually drive a little bit further in the underwater section, it's not as punishing to do so. The crabs are still there, but my question is, why are crabs there when it was supposed to be out of water Cheep Cheeps? Where are the Cheep Cheeps? They're off all the way to the left, all the way to the right, off fucking camera. Where are my Cheep Cheeps? This isn't Cheep Cheep Beach, it's fucking Crab Beach because of how many fucking crabs there are and how many little Cheep Cheeps there are. Cheep Cheeps are an enemy we used to have. Why can't we have Cheep Cheeps here anymore? The fuck is going on? Why do we have to have crabs here? Fuck the crabs. This is also not a fun map to play on. This isn't a will not play. Honestly, this is a will not play. This is well, not that I won't play it, but that I just definitely prefer not to. I am going to put it though above Sky Garden. Next, Toad's Turnpike. They murdered my boy. They murdered my boy. So much so that they turned it into frying hot garbage. Hot garbage is what they turned you into, my boy. This used to be a hard track. Toad's Turnpike used to be a really hard course. Now, it's a course where if you get in front, that's it. You're cooked. Everybody else is cooked. There's no point in trying anymore. After the first lap, whoever's in first place, that's pretty much who's gonna fucking win the course. Add more cars, make them faster. I don't fucking know what you could possibly do to make this map better. But it's not a good one. Next, Dry Desert. Also hot garbage. I don't know what happened to Dry Desert. It was never fun to play. In Double Dash. It wasn't fun to play. It continues here. This is not a fun map to play. And the Oasis at the end, what the fuck are we doing there? There's not much going on here. And in fact, I've been noticing that most of these retro courses kinda suck. I am just noticing, I don't think I've put a single retro course. No, the only retro course I've put so far above is GBA Mario Circuit. And that's it. That's crazy. That's the only one above the 50%. But so far, what is going on with these retro courses? Next, Donut Plains 3. Donut Plains 3 is probably the best Donut Plains out of all of the Donut Plains of the original SNES game. I stand by that. This is an amazing recreation of it. The water looks great. The textures are great. This map is just insane. I fuck with it. They kept the gophers, the little grass shortcut that you can do. They made it actually worth it. Because sometimes in those kinds of cuts that it's just through a simple wall like that around a bend. If you took the bend versus you took the shortcut, it didn't really matter. They made it matter in this one. And you could drive through the water for a pretty good amount of time if you wanted to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This is a fun map to play. This is a must-play map. This is a must-play map. You must play it so fucking much. I'm actually going to put it above Cloud Top Cruise. Finally! Donut Plains 3 breaking the stupid streak that these retro courses have had. And next we have Nintendo 64's Royal Raceway. It's not a fun map to play on. It's a pretty map to play on. It has a pink filter over it. I remember on the Nintendo 64 being able to drive all the way up to Peach's Castle. You don't really do that here. Can't do that here anymore. But it's a very linear track. Not much going on. Not much opportunities to overtake. It's just not good. They massacred my boy. Just kidding, it wasn't really all that good in Nintendo 64 either. But still, it's not a good track. I feel like it's not a good track to play on. I feel like put it in hot garbage. It's very, very warranted. DK Jungle is next, and the last one for this second cup. 3DS DK Jungle. It was pretty fun to play it on the 3DS, and with the updated mechanics and gravity and everything of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it made it that much better. This is a definite, you've gotta play this one. You've gotta play this one. This is a must play with the mighty Golden Banana in the ruins. This one's good, especially that banger soundtrack. This is a great map. I fuck with it hard. Everything about this map looks pretty. The waterfalls, the temple, the temple for whatever fucking reason exists. Point being the jungle. Point being, this is a fun map to play on too. This is a very fun map to play, especially that last bit where you could take the chance and take the shorter track. I've fallen off of that many, many, many times, but this one, you've definitely got to play it. So much so you got to play it more than Toad Harbor. Oh yeah, it's that good. It is that good. It is a great, great map. Next, the Leaf Cup. We're starting off with Wario Stadium. Wario Stadium. This one is supposed to mimic the Wario Stadium from the DS, right? They added like this anti-gravity section that's pretty fucking cool. They added this underwater section that's pretty fucking cool. Everything about this map is pretty fucking cool. It is a very fun map to play too. This is a very good recreation of a map. This is how a retro course should be made. This is how you make your retro courses and revamp them to incorporate many different mechanics that your new game has. Adding an underwater section, adding a glider section, adding even though it's for a little bit, adding the anti-gravity. Everything about this map comes together perfectly, and there are so many opportunities for you to overtake someone. And for that, this is one of the greatest maps to exist. Above Waluigi Pinball, but below Piranha Plant Cove. I honestly think that might be the highest retro course. We'll have to see though. Next, GameCube Sherbet Land. What do I think about Sherbet Land? It's definitely better than when it was in Double Dash. Adding an optional underground, underwater section, wall riding, kind of like a secret track that a lot of people aren't going to choose to take because it is very noticeably slower. You got snowman, you got your big old ice sherbets. Another secret underwater section that you can go through optionally. Skiing Shy Guys. This is definitely a better version of Sherbet Land. Although it's not really fun to play. There is a definitive best way to get through this course, and I think everybody understands what way that is. And for that, I just prefer not to play it. And it's going to go above Madrid in the preferred not to play. We're finally splitting up those tours, but I think it goes here. Next, Music Park. If I remember correctly, this was actually called Melody Motorway on the DS. Correct me if I'm wrong. But 3DS's very own Music Park. Just a better graphics, better, mechanics version of what we had on the 3DS. Did there need to be any changes to the one from the 3DS to now? No. In fact, most of the 3DS courses that came over were not touched really all that much, and this one was not either. Did it need to be touched though? Most definitely not. This is just a good map. This is a really good map. One would even say this is a must-play map. Below Rock map, though. It is a good map. I don't think it goes any higher than that, though. Next is Nintendo 64's very own Yoshi Valley, rounding up the last little bit of this cup. Now, I am going to put Yoshi Valley in the won't play course. I simply put up the recording because it's just I was gonna talk about it for a little bit. On the Nintendo 64, this map felt a lot harder, and on this one, it feels very washed down for whatever reason. I don't know why exactly. It just doesn't feel good to drive this map. I feel like there is a definitive way everybody takes, and even though we all take it at the very same time, nobody's falling off that bridge like they would in the Mario Kart 64 version. In Mario Kart 64, there was also, the fact that you couldn't even see your position. So I'm glad that they have that here. But at the same time, it added a little bit of mystery to who is winning. And for this being the last track in the cup, it's very, very underwhelming. So for that, I'm just going to have to put it in the won't play. Not that it's hot garbage and doesn't deserve to be on the roster, but they could have done this a lot better with the new mechanics that were offered. It's going to go above Rosalina's Ice World, though. For the final cup of the original 16 retro courses, we have DS's very own Tick Tock Clock. And I don't even have to put it on the screen for you to understand that this is a fucking banger. One of the best tracks to come out of the DS. It is without a surprise that it pops up all the way up here on the greatest maps ever section. This is truly one of the greatest maps to ever exist. Tick Tock Clock. I loved playing it on the DS. I held a couple records in local times on the DS. That's how good I was at it. But this is a beautiful map, beautiful recreation, adding the glider at the end. It is a good map. It is a very, very good map. The soundtrack is still a banger, too. Greatest maps ever. Next, Piranha Plant Slide from the 3DS. Piranha Plant Slide, going down into the sewer systems to face big old piranha plants and Goombas. I think on the 3DS, the Goombas were blue to signify, the underground sections of Super Mario Brothers, where they were blue Goombas instead of brown Goombas. And then you got the big ass piranha plant at the end that you could trick over. You fly up a waterfall and it looks pretty cool. Everything about this map looks pretty cool. Is it a fun map to play on though? This is a really fun map to play on. This is a really fun map to play on. One must even say that you must play on this track. And that's because they're right. You've simply got to. In fact, it's so freaking good. It's gotta go above Toad Harbor, just below DK Jungle. Look at that. We've had to go back to 110% simply to fit everything. We're gonna go simply to 100. Boom. Now, next, Wii's very own Grumble Volcano. Top 3, chat. Top 3, chat. Listen to me. Listen to me. Grumble Volcano, and I know I said I'd probably have a Wii bias, but the next closest Wii tracks are literally the top 2 must-plays. So shut the fuck up. Wii Grumble Volcano. Arguably the best retro course track. Arguably the best retro course track. This is a retro course track for all time. It is great. They've got the crumbling, they got the road falling away, the falling fireballs from the sky, the fucking, the Podobos. This is a great map. So many options to overtake people, the different roads you can take. This is just a good map. It is such a good map, and I'm glad it's here. Now, the last course of the original 16 retro courses for Mario Kart 8. Frickin' Nintendo 64's very own Rainbow Road. They turned this 7-minute slogfest into a 1-minute 3-track course. You got the big old train. You got the classic Rainbow Road soundtrack. You've got the big old chain chomp making waves in the thing instead of the chain chomp that's chomping through the road. But there's one thing about this map, and that's unlike Wario Stadium. It's very flat. There are no obstacles whatsoever. If you get in front, you stay in front until a red shell or a frickin' blue shell comes and ruins your day. There is no in between. And it's over very, very quickly. Unfortunately, I would prefer not to play N64's Rainbow Road. So much so that it's gotta go above Mario Circuit, but below Sky Kart. And that is the original 32 tracks for Mario Kart 8. Not bad. Not bad at all. But I will note that a majority of the booster course pass is above all of the original Mario Kart 8 tracks. That's unfortunate. But who cares, right? Because next up, we've got the next 16 DLC tracks that were available for download and purchase on Mario Kart 8, turning into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Some of these were partnerships, like Mute City and Big Blue, or just Mute City because of the F-Zero. Hyrule Circuit and Animal Crossing, though I believe those were the DLCs, So, now, we started off with the first of the new 4, those newer 4 cups. We're starting off with Yoshi Circuit. Yoshi! It was dog shit in the GameCube, Double Dash, it's dog shit here. Yeah, it's cool that the fucking course is in the shape of Yoshi, but this is a very lackluster, bare bones map that really doesn't fucking matter. These shortcuts, you can just do them mushroomless, by the way. Also, by the way, I only play 200cc. Let that be known. So that's why I think that's why I think the way I do about most of these tracks. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Yoshi Circuit is hot fucking garbage. Come on, you start off a DLC with hot fucking garbage. Next, Excite Bike Arena. This is a must-play map. Literally easy as fuck to rank. I don't even gotta pull up any recordings. It's gonna be very quick. When I do things like this, it's because I got very quick ideas about it. Excite Bike Arena. The hills change positions. The oil changes positions. I think it's every lap. This map does not stay the same. It randomizes itself. Plus, you could just farm tricks. It's super easy to get ahead of people. It's super fun to play, and it's over quickly. If you want a quick dose of dopamine, and you just want to get a quick race out of the way, and Excite Bike Arena is in your pool, pick it. Pick it. It's fast, it's fun, it's reliable. Next, Dragon Driftway. Easy as fuck course to rank. It is not fun to play. It's a very thin road. There is a very significant skip you can do, but even then, it is very, very straightforward. For it being called the Dragon Driftway, there's very few portions of drifting that you can do in comparison to other courses. I just definitely won't play that. And finally, for the first cup, Mute City. Mute City is one of those courses that I can't really speak on that much because it is part of that F-Zero franchise that I never played. I never played F-Zero, so I can't say how cool this is. It does look cool, pretty futuristic and stuff. Options for shortcuts is plenty. Options for overtaking is plenty. But there is just something about this course that I don't really enjoy playing it. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the music. I do find the F-Zero music annoying. Okay? I'm probably going to get flack for that. But I do find this course's track, like music track, to be annoying. And for that, I simply just won't play it. It's going to be above Rosalina's Ice World, though. The next cup, Wario's Gold Mine, kicks it off. Wario's Gold Mine. One of the better Mario Kart Wii courses. One would argue one of the best Mario Kart Wii courses. And I would agree with you. This is definitely one of the best Mario Kart Wii courses. And then taking the gold carts from turning them into obstacles that you gotta avoid, they're now just like the little spin drift boosts. That's fucking cool. They did take away the half pipe at the finish line, but this is a very cool recreation. They made this anti-gravity section so cool. The mine looks so fucking cool. But, I will play it. This is not a must play. This is definitely, I will play it. And I will play it a lot more than I will play New York Minute. Had to do it. I had to do it. I was talking a lot of good stuff and I was thinking about it. Is this a must play? No, it's not. It's not. Next. SNES Rainbow Road. SNES Rainbow Road. Short and sweet and a hell of a fucking lot chaotic. The fact that there are no guardrails, there are optional jumps you can take that people do take without fucking recognizing that it's a death sentence. The thwomps making the road all wavy that you can trick off of them. This is a cool fucking map. It looks great. The track is great. You being just in the sky in the Mushroom Kingdom somewhere. Just, it's cool. The skybox is insane. This is a good map all around. I find myself playing this one a lot. I find myself even saying that this is a must-play course if you are playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And in fact, I say you should play it even more than Ninja Hideaway. Oh yeah. Now, next, moving on to Ice Outpost. Dog shit map. Great soundtrack. Cool aesthetic. Dog shit map. I don't know what an Ice Outpost is. This doesn't tell me what it is. It looks cool. I don't have fun racing on it though. I don't know. I just never had fun racing on it. I know there are like shortcuts you can take and shit that are like pretty cool, especially if you're good at the fucking game. I'm not. So this is a lot more of like a skill issue than it is like it genuinely being like god awful dog shit. But it is still dog shit. Hot garbage is my decision. Next, Hyrule Circuit. You guys are not gonna like where I put Hyrule Circuit. It's not a good circuit. First off, this is an opinion I'm gonna get beat shit up for. I don't like The Legend of Zelda. I don't like any Zelda games. I wasn't a Zelda kid. Never played them, never have, never will. They're boring. They're not my type of game. Hyrule Circuit. Like I said, I've never played Zelda, so I can't even say that this looks like a Zelda game. The only thing I know are the fucking rupees. Is the sword shortcut cool? Yes, but it's not hard to get. If it was a little bit harder to get, it'd feel a lot more rewarding, but in this case, it feels very, very given. For that, I definitely won't play it. Next cup. Baby Park. Baby Park. Short, sweet, to the point. This is a fun map to play on. In Double Dash, it was intense because of all the special like items that you had and stuff that you could use. And then now it was like it was freaking recreated in almost every Mario Kart, and it didn't feel as fast or as chaotic. But 200cc Baby Park is probably one of the funnest experiences you can have on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. 150cc, it's fun too. But 200cc Baby Park with a full 12-player real-person room is one of the greatest maps to ever exist above Athens Dash. This is a great fucking map. An amazing map. I feel like they did it justice. 7 laps of pure chaos on 200cc. That's how you bring back the feeling of the original GameCube Double Dash Baby Park without bringing back those special items. Next, GBA Cheese Land. It's above Hyrule Circuit. Don't even have to play it, the video. It's not fun. Doesn't look like cheese. I mean, it kind of has like cheese holes and shit, but it doesn't look like cheese. It looks a lot more like rocks in the shape of cheese. The chain chomps are fine. The glider section is fine. I just don't have fun playing this map. I don't have fun. In fact, I'd rather prefer to not play it. It's gonna go above Coconut Mall. Now that I thought about it for a little bit, but yeah. Definitely prefer not to play it. There are better maps. There are better maps. Next, Wild Woods. Another prefer not to play. Simply because it's weird. It's weird. The waterfall section at the end. The leaf section. Anti-gravity, drifting through the trees, that one skinny-ass part that you can go through. Mario Kart just isn't very punishing, and that makes this map very easy to drive through. As chaotic as it can be, I just think it could be a lot better. Sorry. Animal Crossing! Greatest maps. One of the greatest maps to ever exist. One of the greatest maps to ever do it. It has 4 seasons. 4. It changes, dude. Come on. You can't beat that. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Each one has a slightly different track. It changes the aesthetic. It just looks cool. The track is amazing. It's fun to play. It gets super chaotic towards the end because of how thin the road is, and you can throw green shells everywhere, and it's just a beautiful track. It's a beautiful track. I love playing it. It's one of the greatest maps ever. I will pick it constantly in online. Annoy your bitch ass. Next up, Neo Bowser City. Neo Bowser City. One of those courses that's just like good. It's thin. All the drifts feel good to make on 200cc. That double curve is dangerous. That final little bit where you can drift through. People constantly taking the mushroom to take that curve very tight. The thin underground section of it. It's good. This is a good map to play on in online. A lot of people seem to hate it. But I feel like you've gotta play. This map you've gotta play when you drive. But where does it go? Where does it go? Where does it go? It goes above Waluigi Stadium. It is a good map. It is a very, very good map. Next. Ribbon Road. Ribbon Road. Like I said, that tiny aesthetic that Squeaky Clean Sprint gave me, you can see it here. But that's because Ribbon Road on the GBA. The Ribbon Road on the GBA was weird. It was one red road with like a bunch of presents, and it didn't remind me of a fucking ribbon. This one honestly doesn't remind me of a ribbon either. But it, at least, it has like the ribbon ends when you jump from place to place. But this is a really good way to remake and revamp an already existing track. It looks almost indistinguishable from the Ribbon Road, and from the original Ribbon Road, and there are just so many Easter eggs around this entire course. You've got Baby Mario, woolly pink Yoshi, the little mechanical Koopa things from fucking Super Mario Bros. Wii, all the Mario Karts and stuff, and I feel like there's a lot more that I'm probably forgetting. But this is just a really good map to play on. I feel like it is a must-play map. Definitely because of how chaotic it can get towards the end. I'm going to put it above Rock. Next, Super Bell Subway. I used to hate playing this track. Used to. I no longer hate playing this track. In fact, this is one of my more favorite tracks. And I do say one of, because a lot of my opinions on these tracks have changed throughout the years. This track is good. Dodging the subway, getting the trick over the little boosts, choosing the top or the lower path, mushrooming through that little last grass patch in the end where a bunch of people also do it and then you end up going from fucking second place to 8th. This is a great map. Now, granted, I've never been in a subway, but this is a really good representation of what a fucking subway is. The graffiti on the walls, the images, all the toads and, you know, fucking people in the little waiting room and stuff. The Yoshis, the Shy Guys, the line, like the subway lines. There's a map of it. I have never taken a close look at it, but I'm also certain that it would look like Sunshine Airports. This is one of the greatest maps ever. This, if you had asked me 8 years ago, hey, what do you think of Super Bell Subway? I would have put it in hot garbage. But now, Super Bell Subway is a top 5 all-time track. Top 5 all-time track. And I say that with complete certainty. And finally, the last course of a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. None other than the big one, Big Bloom. I have never played F-Zero. I still hate the fucking soundtrack. But you cannot deny that this is definitively Mario Kart. This is such an interesting track design, track layout. Multiple splitting off roads that you could just jump between. The opportunity for massive shortcuts. The water that propels you forward. The conveyor belts that push back and forth. The moving speed boosts that really make driving on the ones on the conveyor belts that are pushing you back not as punishing. The little coin thingies, honestly, is really cool. I don't know if F-Zero has that. It's pretty cool. And then the final dash, all the way for the end. There's just something that this game does with the straight 3-lap courses that I think it does very well. It's super unfortunate that they murdered fucking Nintendo 64's Rainbow Road as bad as they did. Right? Because that's another 3-lap one. But Big Bloom is one of the best. It's gotta be. In fact, you know what else it's gotta be? It's gotta be top 3. And there you have it, folks. You know what's fucking insane? Looking at it now, there's only 2 original Mario Kart 8 courses in the greatest maps ever, and that's in Mount Wario and Wario Stadium. This is my final ranking from top to bottom for right now. Ask me another day, some of these would probably change positions. But 96th place, the absolute worst Mario Kart track is Los Angeles Labs. Fuck that. A booster course pass. Toad's Turnpike. Mario Kart 8, booster course. Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8, booster course. Mario Kart 8, Ice Outpost, that's deluxe, right? Is it deluxe? It is deluxe. But the fact that there's more booster course passes down here Unfortunately, the Booster Course Pass has most of the greatest maps ever and more hot garbage. I feel like the Booster Course Pass was very, very balanced. Brought back a lot of really good ones, reintroduced good ones, great ones, and it's a very good thing you should buy. 96 to first place. I'd like you guys to discuss in the comments, tell me what your opinions are. I do feel like this is the definitive. This is definitely my. These are my course rankings. And finally, we're gonna end it off with the battle mode. Now there are two battle modes. One for the original Mario Kart 8. We don't talk about that. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's battle mode. Now, battle mode for Mario Kart 8 fucking sucked. Thank you to the Mario Kart fandom wiki, because this is what I'm getting it off of. These are the original 8 battle mode stages. They were literally just regular tracks that you just drove on and only played balloon battle. That fucking sucked. So I'm just gonna rate how fun it would be to play balloon battle on each of these. Yoshi Valley, hot garbage. It's too big. Mario Circuit, hot garbage, simply because it's too big. Toad Harbor, hot garbage. It's too big. Next, Sherbet Land. I won't play this one. This one's not good, especially for balloon battle. Dry Desert. Prefer not to play it. Simply prefer not to play it. Dono Plains 3. Prefer not to play it. Toad's Turnpike. I will play that one. And Moo Moo Meadows for balloon battle is a definite must play. In fact, it is probably the only one that is honestly not a bad balloon battle stage. That is the definitive rankings. They're not going alongside these ones because these are actual courses. I feel like these are in a completely different league of their own. Then you've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's battle mode tracks. And it's got these 8. These are all above everybody else's in their respective categories. Next, which one will I absolutely not play? There's only one that I fucking hate playing. And that's Woohoo Town. I'm sorry, it's just super boring. It's me. Next, prefer or I just won't play it. There's only one. And that's Urchin Underpass. Fuck Splatoon. I hate Splatoon. I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that too, but I hate Splatoon. I hate the Splatoon games. Next, in the prefer not to play, Sweet Sweet Kingdom. I just don't like the aesthetic of the Sweet Sweet Kingdom place. Next, in the will play, Lunar Colony, followed by Battle Stadium. In the must play, Dragon Palace and Luigi's Mansion, and for one of the greatest fucking battle course maps to ever exist, the only greatest battle course map to exist, SNES Battle Course 1. It's tight, concise, the walls don't get in the way too much. Just really, really fun to play. That is it, everybody. This is my ranking. This was one of the longest videos that I'm gonna have on this channel without me intentionally trying to drag it out by doing like a full gameplay or whatever. I fucked with this one. I fucked with this one hard. But yeah, this was a good ranking. I liked it. I do like how everything landed out. But yeah. Let me know what you guys want to see next time. I had very much fun recording this one. But until the next time, everybody, this has been my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ranking. I say Deluxe because Booster Course Pass is long as fuck. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ranking. Let me know what you think. And let me know what you think of the Mario movie. I thought it was pretty good. A lot of people are saying it's worse than the first one, but I feel like the first one was just a huge nostalgia boost. Right? I think a lot of people also wanted to see more of Donkey Kong, but I liked how much we saw anyways, of everything. But that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.